How to calculate your potential winnings. Hello and welcome to Videojug. Choosing a bet and calculating your winnings can be almost as difficult as picking a winning horse, but with the help of gambling expert Ed Hawkins, we'll show you how to calculate your winnings on some of the most popular types of bet. Step 1. A bet to win. A win bet, or a bet on the nose, is the most straightforward and simple bet you can make. You simply back the horse to win. If it comes first, you collect, and if it doesn't, you lose your stake. Step 2. On the nose winnings. To calculate your winnings, simply multiply your original stake by the odds. For example, if a £2 bet is placed on a horse with odds of 8 to 1, the £2 betting stake is multiplied by 8, plus you get your stake back. So the total you will receive if your horse romps home first is £2 multiplied by 8 equals £16, plus the £2 stake, which leaves you with winnings of £18. Step 3. An each-way bet. If you back a horse each way, then it doesn't need to win for you to collect money, because you are actually placing two bets. One to win, and one to finish in the first 3. If you bet in a handicap race, which has 16 or more runners, then you will also win if your horse finishes in 4th place. There have to be at least 5 runners in the race to be able to place an each-way bet. Step 4. Each-way winnings. If the horse wins the race, the first part of the betting stake is multiplied by the odds and paid with the original part of the betting stake, and the other half of the betting stake is multiplied by a quarter of the odds and paid with the original part of the betting stake. For example, where a £1 each-way bet, £2 betting stake, is placed on a horse at odds of 8 to 1, the original £1 betting stake for the horse to win is multiplied by 8 and returned with the original £1 betting stake, paying out £9. The other £1 of the betting stake is then multiplied by a quarter of the odds, i.e. 2, with the original £1 betting stake paying out £3. Therefore, if the horse wins, the bet results in a total win of £12. If your horse finishes in 2nd, 3rd or 4th place in a race with a lot of runners, the original betting stake for the horse to win is lost, and the second part of the betting stake is multiplied by a quarter of the odds and paid with the original part of the betting stake. For example, where a £1 each way bet, £2 betting stake, is placed on a horse at odds of 8 to 1, the original £1 betting stake for the horse to win is lost. The other £1 of the betting stake is then multiplied by a quarter of the odds, i.e. 2, and paid with the original £1 betting stake, paying out £3 in total. Step 5. Accumulator. An accumulator bet is where you back 4 or more horses in different races throughout the day in one single bet. You can win an enormous amount of money from a relatively small initial bet, but if one of your horses doesn't finish first in its race, then your whole stake is lost. You can also place an each-way accumulator bet, where all your horses must finish in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd or 4th place, if it's a handicap race with over 14 runners. Step 6. Accumulator winnings. If you place an accumulator bet, then the winnings from one race are carried over to the next as a stake, and so on for a predetermined number of events. So if you choose the winning horses in 4 consecutive races on the same day, each with odds of 8 to 1, you calculate it like this. £2 multiplied by 8 equals £16. £16 multiplied by 8 equals £128. £128 multiplied by 8 equals £1,024. £1,024 times 8 equals £8,192. Step 7. Forecast. 2 horses in the same race are selected for the straight forecast. You select the 2 horses that you think will come in 1st and 2nd, and you must name the one that you think will win. The horses must finish 1st and 2nd, and in the specified order for you to pick up your money. Step 8. Tote. Tote betting is altogether a different type of betting, and you cannot predict how much you will win when you place a bet. All of the bets placed on the race are pooled. A reduction is made to cover costs and the tote's contribution to racing. A winning dividend is then calculated by dividing the remainder of the pool by the number of winning units. The dividend declared inclusive of a £1 stake. In other words, pool customers bet against each other, whereas with standard betting they bet against the bookmaker. This means that you don't know the odds that you will get when you place the bet, as they can change right up to the start of the race. Done.